Progressive Conservative leader Tony Wakeham says it's a priority for him for workers to move back to the province to live, work and pay taxes. But as his government would work to create jobs, he says they would offer a tax credit to rotational workers.
Of up to $2,000 for rotational workers who have to pay out of pocket to work in places like Alberta.
This would cost $4.8 million. Wakeham made his announcement in front of the Cowhead fabrication facility in Marystown, which has been closed for 4 years.
We've committed to building 4 new ferries, and I don't want those ferries built in another country. I want them built right here in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Wakeham says approximately 84 rotational workers would be eligible for the program.
This is about giving these workers a break while doing the hard work of building more long-term jobs here at home.
Wakeham shared today that he has plans to ensure local apprentices are hired for projects in the province. He says under a PC government, there would be a requirement that any public infrastructure project over $500,000 in value will be required to hire a minimum of 10% apprentices.
We would make that a mandatory requirement in order for someone to bid on a project that we're providing the funding for.
The Marystown shipyard also remains quiet. The facility was sold 7 years ago to Marbase Marystown, owned by Paul Antle. Unifor workers shared their concerns.
Back in 2021, we had 200 plus workers here, and none since then. These workers are moving away, and Mr. Wakeham mentioned a tax credit for rotational workers. That's been the case for us here for the last 15 years as well, everybody hitting Fort McMurray, Alberta. But we prefer to be back here in the province, and in Marystown specifically.
Jeff Dwyer, who's been the MHA for Placentia West Bellevue for 6 years, says he's confident he can hold the seat.
I've had strong competition before, but I think the difference is that, I do things through integrity and respect. Anybody that calls my office gets called back.
As Wakeham answered questions from the media, he was confronted by a member of the Marystown Shipyard Families Alliance. The group, which represents sick and injured former workers of the shipyard and their families, is calling on government to open a sealed document which they say contains the government's liability regarding injured and deceased workers of the shipyard.
When I become Premier of the province of Newfoundland and Labrador, I look forward to having another meeting right up front to find out exactly what the reasons are and understand them.
Following the questions, PC candidate and incumbent for the district, Jeff Dwyer, said this.
I didn't know her name was going to be that bad. Yeah. She just shot herself in the foot.
At the very end there, you said she shot herself in the foot. What did you mean by that?
No, it's not that she shot herself in the foot. I just thought that the way it looked was that to take over the mic, I guess, in that kind of way, when there's an announcement or anything like that, is, like I said before, I bring integrity and respect to the table. I'll say that any boardroom or any table, that anybody else is bringing that same integrity and respect.
Bailey Howard, NTV News.